It is January 6th, 2020. It's about 7 p.m. It's maybe like about 6:40 p.m. Out here in Hilo. Decided to take a swim after work over by Coconut Bay. And even though it's basically twilight, at least you can get like a good view of downtown Hilo. Nice and grainy for you there. I definitely am gonna have to get some better quality video equipment. I guess I'll get some in the coming year. Really, really beautiful shot just at twilight. Really beautiful. Let's see, it's Wednesday. Someone jogging in the park. It's Wednesday, so probably be working the next couple of days, and then I'll have off Saturday. Someone where I lived asked for me to do some IT work on the weekend to set up a couple of VPNs. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing that this weekend. I'm seeing an object that I've never seen out in the water. I think it might be a boat, so it looks kind of like a lighthouse though. So I'm just going to investigate. It's all the way out there, just those little flecks of light. I think it must be a boat. It's very dark. My eyes are adjusted, so I'm able to see more than what the camera shows. But I think once I step into the light, it should be okay. Oh shoot, I think it is a boat. It looks like a freaking... Oh, okay, I think it's the end of Hilo Bay. I mean, not the end, it's where the lighthouse is. Yeah, I believe where the white dot is at the top, I think that's where the lighthouse is shining from. I'm not 100% sure though. It's a little bit hard to tell whether that's a boat. I think it's a lighthouse. But I basically never seen it with those orange dots going across the bottom. It almost just looks like an object floating on the water from here. I can't really see it any more closely though. And it's getting really dark, so I'm going to try to make my way back without tripping. I just have to take really big steps. In any case, last view. Let me see if I can get one from the bridge. Last shot. And I'm about to make my way back down to downtown Hilo, all the way across the water. It's a little hard to imagine that that it's all the way down there. Like that's quite a good walk, you know. Coming from New York, like coming from a really good walking city, and by really good I mean there's just never a shortage of interesting things to look at on your walk, or things happening, or random performances, or new shops. Like, that's what I mean when I say that New York is a good walking city. Um, and so it it helps the time go by faster if you have a long walk. Um, and so coming from a good walking city, I'd have to rate Hilo. Pretty strongly, maybe about a 7. In terms of so there's places in terms of how interesting it is whenever you have to walk someplace. Um, um, yeah, I'd say Hilo is about a 7. I guess I haven't had a chance to do some of my better walks in a little while, so you guys have been seeing just the same places in the past bunch of videos, but I'll have to. Oh crap, there's like another boat come out to meet that one. That's pretty cool. What in the... Oh man, it's very hard for you to see. Wow. Yeah, that was just 2 very large boats. Well, I shouldn't say very large, but like quite like kind of large boats crossing paths. Man, my camera is so grainy. Like, they barely look like boats. Yeah, you can't even see the other one now. Yeah, like that could be anything, but it's a boat. It's a boat. I wonder what it is that they're doing. It... Oh, I think it's tugboats. Wow, that looks insane. Yep, it's tugboats. That's crazy. Wow, they're carrying like a very large freight. Alright. Mystery solved. So yeah, there's some cities where you can walk, and even if it's in the suburbs, I don't know how to say, there's some places where you can walk in the suburbs, and it can be it can be just kind of like a boring walk. but I would say it's not a terribly boring walk. Walking around here. Maybe not a 7 though. Maybe like a 6 in terms of like how interesting things are if you have to walk someplace. Yeah, if I had to rate New York like a 10 for walking, I imagine someplace like Tokyo is probably a 10 also. Just like walking around, like you just always see new things. And oh man, it smells great out here again. Just very floral. That's definitely part of it. That definitely adds to how much easier it makes long walks. Like I feel like in New York, I'm definitely used to different smells hitting me during walks, like really great smells of, from all different restaurants, and also really foul smells from all sorts of things. But here, I'd say it's mostly all kinds of sweet smells. Whenever you're just walking anywhere, which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat. It's different, like it's different than the kinds of smells I grew up with. Having just moved from Georgia, oh wow, more stars are definitely visible in the sky. This camera can't pick them up. But I would say compared to like the Northeast, it might be, I feel like visibility here, nighttime visibility of the stars is only just a little bit better. Like I'm not seeing a ridiculous amount more of stars, but there's noticeably more visible, but not like crazy, maybe like 10% more. Having just moved from Georgia, Having just moved from Georgia, from North Georgia, in kind of like a very small town, maybe like 23,000 people. Walking around places there, if you ever have to. I'd been driving while I was there, but there were times when I did have to go for long walks. It's not walker friendly. Uh oh. Cardi. Hey. You know, I've got to say, Cardi's.
40 something. Yeah. What number? 41. You don't look.
You know, and I gotta say, Cardi's flow is pretty unique as a rapper. It's a little bit unique, I have to say. You know, there's some rappers who play with rhythm more than others. I know there's a certain rhythm that's like popular now, but Kendrick Lamar plays with rhythm sometimes. And it's pleasing to I don't know, it's pleasing, I guess, in her own way, like she has like a pretty good flow. Like maybe a 7. Tens being maybe like Notorious B.I.G. or like Big Pun. Yeah, Cardi's definitely a solid 7. There's not that much. I feel like with her, there's not that much going on. In terms of, I feel like there's not as much going on in terms of maybe like lyric complexity. But I think she has a unique flow. I haven't had a chance to like listen to all her more recent stuff, but those are my thoughts on Cardi. I haven't really been narrating what I'm walking past because I've already taken a number of videos where we walked through Liliuokalani Gardens. Oh man, it's hard to see, but there's like huge vines hanging down from the trees. I guess I mustn't have traveled in a little bit. I certainly never traveled any place that was like kind of like a subtropical climate. So I don't think I've ever really had a chance to see just really big vegetation like this. Oh man, it's too dark to see now. I really am gonna have to walk through here during the daytime. But is that a cat? There are so many cats in this area. Like all around Liliuokalani Gardens, there are a lot of stray cats. Yep, it is a cat. Aww. Alright, let's go. Oh man, I really have to come here during the daytime. Right next to me, right in the dark in here, there's like these like 60 or 70 foot tall trees just all lined up, and they go so high. They might be, no, I think they're maybe about 100 feet tall, like these enormous trees that just stretch upwards. Yeah, I feel like I mean obviously it's the climate, so the trees kind of get to they're at liberty to just be giant size, but yeah, I definitely did not come from a place with trees quite this big. Even in Georgia, I mean, the pine trees can get pretty tall, but these are like, geez, I mean, some of these could even be 200 feet tall. Like, these are very tall trees. These are like very, very tall trees. Yeah, I'll come back when it's bright, but it looks quite nice. The I haven't really had a tree like make me feel small before, in the same way that like thunder or lightning or volcanic eruption, an earthquake might make someone feel small, but these trees are just gigantic. It's been really, really kind of interesting, the things that we found out about plants over the past maybe 50 years. I think especially within just like the past few decades, that there's so much more complex than we probably realized, and that out in the wild they form colonies and they you know, the ones that are related to each other will defend each other, and like the taller ones will part their branches to let light in for the saplings that are growing underneath. And that plants will try to hoard resources from each other. If you know, if there are other invading plant species, just really interesting stuff. And it's, you know, I think it's hard to really ever think about them in that way because they move so slow. Like, they just move so slowly that, you know, they're basically fixtures. They're basically fixtures to us. When really they're actually, you know, like, engage in all types of things all the time. You'd have to play us in fast forward just to be able to see them move in you know, in regular time. Oh yeah. So a lot of people give shakas. A lot of people. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. When greeting, they'll like give each other shakas, which is like your index, your middle, and your ring finger touch your palm, and your thumb and your pinky are out. You know, same as like when you want to sign that you're making a phone call or something. If you want to sign silently. And so I actually need to look up what that means. I think it's like hang loose. Whoa. Oh man, it's so dark. What is that? Oh. Oh shoot. I just stepped in some lovely puddles. It was so dark, I think I went on the wrong road. But yeah, this is definitely my first time living around like just like 100-foot tall trees on the regular. I think I'm used to trees that are maybe about 40 feet tall, like oaks and pines. I was even astonished whenever I first went to Arizona that cacti that they grew to be so tall, like maybe like 40 feet tall out there, like just really, really big. But yeah, out here, like, I mean, it's just crazy having like these huge trees, these huge like 200-foot trees, like palm trees towering over you instead of buildings. It's really going to be amazing to see some of the strides that we're able to make with the environment. I'd say that things are only really just getting ready to start turning around right now. As far as the strides that we've made already, I wish I could say more, like say that we weren't like just about to start to turn things around, but unfortunately I already know that, like in the next several decades we'll definitely probably lose a bunch of animal species, like lose a bunch more animal species on the planet. And I mean, I guess things like global warming are supposed to continue like through the rest of our lives. Like the Earth is supposed to just keep heating up for the whole rest of our lives. Um, um, but I believe